Breeding fish in your aquarium, what you need to know. Breeding fish in your aquarium is an exciting and rewarding experience. Watching your fish grow and reproduce can bring a whole new dimension of enjoyment to your tank. However, breeding fish can also be a challenging process. It requires careful planning, attention to detail, and a good understanding of fish behavior and biology. In this article, we will explore you need to know about breeding fish in your aquarium. Choosing the right fish. The first step in breeding fish is choosing the right species. Some fish are easier to breed than others and require less specialized care. Other fish may require special conditions, such as different water temperatures, pH levels, or lighting. It's important to choose a species that fits your experience level and the available resources in your aquarium. Some common fish species that are relatively easy to breed include guppies, mollies, platies, and swordtails. Other species that are more challenging to breed include angelfish, discus, and cichlids. Preparing your aquarium. Once you have selected your fish, it's time to prepare your aquarium for breeding. Here are some key steps to follow. 1. Set up a breeding tank. It's best to create a separate tank for breeding. This provides a controlled environment where you can monitor the breeding process and safeguard the eggs and fry. Be sure to choose a tank that is large enough for the species you have selected. A tank with plenty of hiding places, such as plants, rocks, or caves, will also provide a better environment for breeding. 2. Adjust the water quality. Water quality is essential for breeding success. Check your pH, ammonia, and nitrate levels to ensure they are in the appropriate range for your fish species. You may need to adjust the temperature or add a water conditioner to make the water more suitable for breeding. 3. Provide adequate lighting. Adequate lighting is important for the health of your fish and for initiating breeding behavior. Most fish require approximately 10 to 12 hours of light per day. You may need to adjust the lighting schedule depending on the species you have selected. 4. Feed your fish properly. Proper nutrition is essential for breeding. Feed your fish a high-quality diet with plenty of protein to boost reproductive health and vigor. Breeding behavior. Once your aquarium is ready, it's time to observe your fish for signs of breeding behavior. Here are some common signs that your fish may be ready to breed. 1. Male displays. Male fish may exhibit elaborate displays to attract females. This may include flaring fins, color displays, or flashing movements. 2. Nest building. Some fish species, such as cichlids, build nests as part of the breeding process. If you notice your fish excavating substrate or rearranging plants, this may be a sign of breeding. Behavior. 3. Courtship behavior. Courtship behavior is a common sign of breeding in fish. This may include chasing, nipping, or other displays of aggression and dominance. Breeding techniques. There are several different techniques you can use to breed fish in your aquarium. Here are some common methods. 1. Egg-laying fish. If you have egg-laying fish species, you can use a breeding mop or a spawning cone to collect and protect the eggs. After the eggs are laid, remove the adults to prevent them from eating the eggs. You can also use a separate tank or a divider to separate the adults from the eggs and fry. 2. Live-bearing fish. If you have live-bearing fish such as guppies, mollies, or swordtails, you can create a breeding trap or use a separate breeding tank to protect the fry. These traps or tanks Ovide, a safe space for the pregnant female to give birth and for the fry to grow. 3. Mouth-brooding fish. Some fish, such as cichlids and bettas, carry their eggs in their mouths. You can use a breeding trap or a separate tank to allow the female to lay eggs and protect the fry. Once the fry hatch, the female will continue to carry them in her mouth until they are independent. Raising fry. Raising fry can be a challenging process, but it can also be rewarding. Here are some key tips for raising healthy fry. 1. Monitor water quality. Water quality is crucial for fry survival. Use a high-quality filter and perform regular water changes to maintain clean water. Check water parameters frequently and adjust as needed. 2. Provide appropriate food. Fry have unique nutritional needs, and it's important to feed them a diet that meets their requirements. You may need to use specialized fry food or crush flake or pellet. Food into small pieces. 3. Avoid overcrowding. Overcrowding can be deadly for fry. Keep the tank size appropriate for the number of fry you have, and avoid adding too many fish at once. One important aspect of breeding fish is understanding the genetics of the species. When breeding fish, it's important to avoid inbreeding, which can lead to genetic abnormalities and health problems. In the offspring, you can avoid inbreeding by introducing new individuals from different bloodlines into your breeding program. Another important consideration when breeding fish is space and resources. Breeding can quickly lead to overcrowding in your aquarium, which can stress the fish and harm their health. It's important to have a plan for what to do with the offspring once they reach maturity. You may need to find new homes for them or invest in a larger aquarium. Some aquarium enthusiasts choose to engage in selective breeding, which involves choosing and breeding fish with desired traits to create new and unique varieties of the species. However, this requires a deep understanding of fish genetics and a significant amount of time and effort. In addition to the techniques mentioned before, there are some breeding techniques that require more advanced skills and equipment, such as artificial insemination or hormone therapy. These techniques are usually reserved for professional breeders or advanced hobbyists. Artificial insemination involves manually fertilizing the eggs with the sperm, which can increase the chances of successful fertilization and genetic diversity. Hormone therapy, on the other hand, involves administering hormones to induce breeding behavior and increase the production of eggs and sperm. Breeding fish can also have some limitations and risks that need to be considered. For instance, some fish species have specific breeding seasons, and trying to breed them outside of this season may result in unsuccessful breeding or health issues. Moreover, breeding can also put stress on the adult fish, especially if they are inexperienced or if the breeding conditions are not optimal. This stress could lead to health problems or even death. Therefore, it's crucial to closely observe the breeding process and the behavior of the adult fish to prevent any negative outcomes. In some cases, breeding fish can also result in overpopulation, which can lead to aggression, disease, and other health issues. One way to prevent overpopulation is to choose species that have a small breeding rate or to limit the breeding process to a small number of individuals. One factor to consider when breeding fish is the age of the adult fish. Most fish need to reach sexual maturity before they can breed successfully. The age of sexual maturity can vary greatly between species, and it's important to research the specific requirements of the fish you want to breed. In addition to age, The sex of the fish is also important for breeding success. Some species require specific ratios of males to females to initiate breeding behavior. It's important to have a good understanding of the social dynamics of your fish species to ensure successful breeding. Another important consideration for breeding success is the health of the adult fish. Sick or weak fish are less likely to breed successfully, and may even transmit diseases to the eggs or fry. It's important to maintain a healthy and clean aquarium environment, and to feed your fish a balanced and nutritious diet.